Yo, man, what's going on, man? This is the place to be, as always, man. We're just here hanging out. We're just off camera before we came live. Just here hanging out with Jeffrey, my brother Thurston. Yo, as always, man. Yo, Jeffrey, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. How you doing? Good to see you. You looking sharp today, buddy.
Well, I figure, I want to dress for the occasion because
Nice.
this is Coast to Coast Comics. I want to try to switch it up every now and then. Man, this is
Yeah,
Coast to
good.
Coast
Well, look,
Comics.
I got a black T-shirt on today. I switched that
Oh,
up. Usually it's just white, but
nice. But you have a hat on, so that's a cool thing. Yo, so
always
so how you been, Jeffrey? How you been? Let the people know.
good, man. Been good. Just been working. You know how that goes.
All right. Had a good weekend.
Yeah, for sure. I was just watching that crazy LSU Alabama football game.
Yeah, I had it on the TV too. And our guest right now, the man, Thurston, man. I can never pronounce your name the right way because I always say Varangian Vigilante. It's not the right way, man.
It's fine.
You can never pronounce that way. It's wrong, man. I told my wife, I said I pronounced this. And when she heard you pronounce it, she was like, hold on. So what's going on, Thurston? Tell the people who you are, man.
Well, to quote Deathstalker, I'm back by popular demand. Well, great day so far, reading comics, being out, eating food.
Of course.
Just as casual and usual. Yeah, today I went through my comic list and I remembered that I ordered an old Hercules comics with Kevin Sorbo as Hercules. Well, they don't make those anymore.
No, they don't. I remember that show used to be on television.
Yeah, I watched every episode of it. It was very big here in Austria.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it was on here on every Saturday afternoon or something like that. I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
I think it was like that show would come on, and then Xena would come on after it, or something like that, right after it.
Yeah, we always had this double feature too, and then of course later on, Kevin Sorbo played Kal, the Conqueror.
Oh, all
So
right.
wait a minute. We can't jump into talking comic books without
What?
acknowledging the comic book community, man. What the heck is going on here, man? We can't do that.
Where's the community?
I think they're there. I think
Definitely.
we got a good amount of people hanging out with us today. Oh, the Wednesday Pool List says, "Yo, what's going on?" The Wednesday Pool List. Thank you for being here today. C3 Comics, what's going on? C3 Comics, good to see you. Magic Lasso, thank you for joining us. Good to see you. The Wednesday Pool List. Troublemaker Comics. Troublemaker Comics. Good to see you. Sam's Tangled Web. What's going on, Sam? How are you doing today? Stevie B. Good to see you, Stevie B. Read more. What's going on? Read more. Z Collects. Thank you for being here. Hack 79. What's going on, Hack? Good to see you. Armando Christian. Skits Comic. Two Gun Pedro. What's going on, Two Gun Pedro? Good to see you. Discovery Bay. What's going on, JB? Good to see you. Justice for Comics. What's up, Justice for Comics? Good to see you. Dylan. What's up, Dylan's Comic Book Rants? Good to see you today.
Nice.
Katie. Good to see you, Katie Parica. Wolf Warner. What's up, Wolf? Good to see everyone.
All right, nice, man. People in the house. You know what?
Who else is in the house? We got somebody new in the house right here with us.
You know who he is. You know that guy right there, man. This guy
That's
needs
right.
no introduction. Let me do this. He needs no introduction.
Oh, stop it, Rob.
None.
Stop it, man.
Hey, Puff, Sean, my homie from
What's going on,
Orlando,
guys?
Florida. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? I came in. I didn't want to interrupt Jeffrey shouting out the chat, so I just stay calm and quiet.
It's cool. It was good to see you, man. Good to see you.
But
Nice.
but where's Perry at, man?
Perry he's somewhere.
He said he
said
he didn't want to come on because he'd have to put clothes on.
He made his own live stream with blackjack and hookers.
What's up, Life with Two YouTubers? Thank you for being here, Sharon.
Oh my god.
Hey, Sharon.
Superpower reviews.
He's been hunting comics out there with Steve and Jeff 813. So
Yeah, but at least those two was able to be on my show. I was hoping to come on here and chat with Perry.
well,
No.
you don't want to hang out with me then? I see.
No, I'm saying that Perry always seems to be the dodger of all of us, man.
Well,
like- I try
he-
and get him on my show. He like, I'm busy. You know, it's like, come on, Perry.
well, at least I was on your show.
And there he is in the chat. What's going on, Perry?
Now he wants. All right, here he is. Oh man, get ready, guys. Hey, Thurston, man, thank you for hanging out, man. Across the
Thank you
pond,
for having me.
man. I know you and Stay Puft love some Conan, so that's pretty dope, man.
Android Sonia, I always love his feed on Instagram. There are some true treasures. I have to show you my German Epic magazine ones because they also published the Epic magazine in Germany. And also I bought some of the old covers because back when I was a child and I read my father's comics, they always had this nice advertisement for the Epic comics. And you know, when you're young and you see these pictures and they give you this certain tingle, it's like interesting.
It happens to all of us, man.
Yeah.
Happen to all of us.
All right, so you know what?
What?
I sent out the invite to Perry. Let's see if he gets it. Whatever. I don't even care if he gets it or not. But you
You
know
hear
what?
that, Perry? Rod doesn't even care.
I do care, but you know what? He knows, man. I already sent it to him. He's just being whatever. But new books, man. I picked up some books as always.
What'd you get today? Or did you get some today?
I did today.
Are these them?
The ones from Wednesday.
I ain't getting no books this week.
Me neither.
The only books I got is from Hialeah that he sent me on my AOK today.
Oh, you got one of those? What are those things called?
I have no idea, but
They're not the lenticulars.
no lenticular, but it's like you flip it and then it's like
Yeah,
hot
those
fire
kind
in the background.
they're
It's
kind of cool.
It's called the gimmick cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, how else could they sell a Tom King Batman these days?
I've been with this for so long. I'm just waiting to get to the end of it.
Well, you know what? I had to finish it,
because
man.
it's really the pet of Catwoman.
We gotta finish it, man. I mean, even though it's Tom
Acetate.
King-
That's right.
Oh man, come on, man. It's Tom King. We gotta finish the run and see what happens. You know, that's pretty much it.
I'll tell you this: I'm not buying the Batman and Catwoman book.
All right.
I feel like I done read 80 something issues of Batman with Tom King. Ain't no need to jump on that with more Tom King. And I like Tom King. It's just that his Batman run has been underwhelming.
Yeah, I have stopped reading Batman with Rebirth. The only Batman title I'm reading is Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond. That's one book that I'm not reading.
I grew up with the TV series.
Yeah, TV series was awesome,
This is
man.
my Batman.
I
And
read
anime-
Detective Comics. That's it that I know of.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, there's so much Batman out there that you don't even have to read the main series just to get your Batman fix.
Nah, you could get it through a lot of different ways.
Yeah, every
Sure.
time a title is in trouble, Batman appears suddenly in it.
Yeah.
So I also picked up. I'm not gonna mention that one, but because I got cracked on every time I mention this one.
Is it Flash?
It's not Flash, man. It's not Flash, but it is Transformers.
Oh, hey. You said that you've been liking that one, right?
Yeah, I love it. Actually, it's pretty dope.
I don't have any of that series.
Awesome.
You Thurston, you like this one, brother?
Of course, I love Transformers. I have here a box full of the new Transformers figures, of course, mostly Decepticons. I'm a huge Soundwave fan.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
And I really loved the old run from IDW, the All Hail Megatron. That was one awesome run.
There he is.
oh, good God, man.
Oh
So-
no, what's
so-
up, man?
So now I finally on the same screen as Perry Comics.
I was boycotting Rod because he likes to get naked on my stream, but I can't get naked on his stream.
Well,
We don't need to see neither one of y'all naked, man.
We know,
let's
Rod.
just leave it like that, man.
You know what? I'm dressed for the occasion right now, and that's the bottom line. What happened, happened.
What you mean? You trying to get me banned on YouTube, man? What you mean? Rod's like, yo, he's about to pass it. Let's ban his ass. I see you, Rod.
Chill, son, chill. Let's talk about some comics, man.
Like 2 weeks into monetization, and he's already demonetized.
Yo, man. Oh, good Lord, man. You know what? I want to talk about some Transformers again.
Oh, here we go.
Dun, 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 dun.
Robots in disguise. Man, I loved the Transformers when I was growing up as a kid. Watching the old cartoon series, but that and G.I. Joe, Transformers and all that stuff. So, Transformers got a special place in my heart. Especially when you first watched that movie as a kid. And what happened to Megatron.
Introduced me to death.
Yeah, I'll never forget the tears I shed when I saw Megatron die. I was like, oh.
I still cry watching this movie. I can't watch this movie without having tears in my eyes. Because Optimus Prime basically resembles everything good in humans, even though he's not human.
Yeah, Optimus Prime. But yeah, Transformers is a special place in my heart. I don't read the comics as much because every time I try and read the comics, it's a lot of exposition. Lots and lots of exposition. I'm like, sometimes I like some action with to go along with the exposition, but sometimes it just be non-stop exposition with Transformers, and I'm like, I'm not down with that. At least with G.I. Joe, I can get some balance of action and exposition and a dose of character development. So,
yeah.
Has anybody read the UK Transformers title from Marvel? Because there were like a lot of UK titles back then. And they also
I don't think I've read any UK books.
Yeah, they were big here in Europe, and they also introduced Death's Head back with the Transformers.
That was actually mentioned on TiVo's show about the Death's Head first appearance.
When I was a kid and I read the Transformer comics, I was introduced to Death's Head like that. And, oh my god, it was epic. He totally destroyed a Transformer. And I was like, whoa! Yeah, the new Death's Head is also not that bad, even though it's written by Tini Howard. Usually not a big fan of her writing, but currently with Strike Force and Death's Head, and a lot of people say that Excalibur is very good. She seems to be in a role recently.
I just actually saw Tini Howard at New York Comic Con. She was doing a panel there talking about all the X-Men characters. She's got a lot of herself invested into this series for sure. So I think she's definitely putting her heart and soul into that new X-Men title.
She should have done the same thing for Bellet because she fucked up that one.
Yeah, I haven't read any of her work, so she's all her stuff is going to be new to me.
Interesting.
Man, we could talk about whatever we want right now, man. This is how we do Coast to Coast Comics. You guys know, man, this is the place to be every Saturday, 8 o'clock. Yo, man, it's just crazy how we cannot, I cannot believe that this Joker movie just like broke records all time broke Marvel records. So I don't know how you guys feel about that, man.
I still haven't seen the movie.
Oh,
I'm not ashamed.
To me, it's not a Joker movie. To me, it's just the movie with the name Joker on it.
Still good either way you look at it. I think.
Yeah,
I think it's. I mean, I think it's
like
deserving of breaking the records.
Well, how Rod said compared to Marvel, where a Marvel movie, it's like it's like the comics.
Yeah, you know what you're gonna get with a Marvel movie.
Yeah, this isn't like the comics, So I don't.
You got to picture this.
In the same lane.
Especially if you haven't seen it. You know how comic books do like a one-shot comic book where it's not in it has nothing to do with anything. They can do whatever they want, and then at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. Yep. That's kind of how this movie is. Like, you just take it for what it is. Yeah. It's just like this one-shot, one-off movie. There's like it's hard to really try to break into it and talk about it without giving any type of thing away, but it's just, it leaves you thinking at the end of it, like what really happened.
Sure.
Did that happen? What's going on? As far as it being a Joker movie, other than the guy basically kind of putting on some face paint and calling himself, people calling him the Joker, if they took that out of it, Perry's exactly right. It could just be a movie about mental health, and it would still be a good movie, I think.
Yep.
So, I don't. A lot of the people that don't like it, they don't like it because they say, well, that's not the Joker I want to see, or the Joker that I like, which is fine. But if you take that out of it and it was just a regular movie, I still think it's a decent movie.
Yeah, I didn't like it because I'm into the fantastic aspect of the DC universe, but I can totally appreciate the awesome cinematography. The movie looked so good.
Yeah.
And the acting by Joaquin Phoenix, or Joaquin Phoenix, I think you pronounce him. The acting was
guacamole.
brilliant. Like, he acted the hell out of the character. And of course, it's like not a Joker I can get behind with, but it's worth it to be out there, and it's making this money, rightfully so. And the best of all is,
plus it's got people talking about it, which is
exactly
the most important thing. Even if you don't like it, it's still something to talk about because of how it's portrayed, the mental health aspect, and stuff like that. So it's got people talking and reevaluating this movie.
And so many interpretations of these movies are out there, and this is good. And also it offers an alternative to the MCU. It shows you can make money without copying Marvel.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
My thing with the Joker movie, when I first saw the trailer, because it was a Martin Scorsese production, it was elements of Scorseseisms that I saw in the movie. From Taxi Driver to Mean Streets to The King of Comedy. I saw elements of old Scorsese movies in that first trailer. So I was like, I can definitely tell that this was going to be like an artsy cinematography type movie.
But it was not produced by Scorsese. Also, Scorsese was in talks, but
I think his production team is behind it, and he's not directing.
One of the producers of his, and Todd Phillips is a big Scorsese fan. And of course, some people say copied The King of Comedy and Taxi Drivers. Others say it's a homage.
Exactly.
Honestly, I'm also not a big fan of Taxi Driver and King of Comedies because these are not my kind of movies. But I can still appreciate them for the great mind behind it.
Exactly.
For sure, man. For sure. Freaking Taxi Driver. That epic scene with Robert De Niro in the bathroom. Are you talking to me? Or that scene was the knockout park home run. That movie was a great, man. That's all.
And if you think about how this Joker movie is, where Gotham is this seedy, dirty city, it harkens back to Taxi Driver because that's how he become that psychotic character towards the end because of how the city was. Back when New York City was all dark and crime-ridden, and you go into Times Square, it's just dirty and filthy, and that's why I kind of saw it with the first trailer of Joker. It's like, wow, it's the city that's transforming this character more than anything else.
Well said.
I agree.
Well said.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, who's in the house? Mr. Jeffrey.
Just me and the dogs.
Besides that, we got a few people in the chat. If you don't mind acknowledging who's hanging out with us right now.
Absolutely. Comic Assassin. What's going on, Comic Assassin? Glitter and Duct Tape. What's going on, Glitter? Good to see you. Vu Hong. What's going on, Vu Hong? I collect a lot. Good to see you guys. The Immortal Biggie Shack. What's going on, man? Good to see you tonight, buddy. Comic Vantage, what's up, Comic Vantage?
I was asking whoever wants to jump on. I think I would like to have Biggie Shack on, but I don't know
Spock. Good to see you.
Email or anything like that. But how about this book right now? I know this one here. Get ready, Perry, because you did the whole. You was doing
Did you finally read it?
I finally got it.
What you
I
mean
got it
you got it? You
for
didn't
free,
read it
man.
yet? Come on, man.
You didn't read it?
I can't even see it. What is it?
Basket full of
Basket
heads.
Full of Heads.
Oh.
That Black Label by Joe Hill.
Yeah, man.
You like
I
that
hope
one
you get it
a lot,
on
right,
Monday.
Perry? That's that one you like?
Yeah, I thought that was dope. It tied into like the whole Stephen King universe.
Oh, I remember. Okay, yeah, I remember. It's his
Yeah.
son or something, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a son, yes, but he has chosen another pen name because he doesn't want to have nepotism lead his career, and well, he made his own way, and that's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just fanning through the pages when I got it. I'm looking through this, and I was like, "Holy crap!" It's pretty dope. The artwork is like, not the best, but I can't wait to sit down and read it. And next thing you know, I'll be reading like Perry did. Just, oh my god, guys, come out there and get it.
I just can't wait to see the heads in the basket.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it because there's also a Viking X involved, and I love me some Vikings.
Oh, me too. I love Vikings. There's a TV show called Vikings.
That's a nice TV show too.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's
like
right.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask Rod. You know how you said you just open the book and you flip through it? Does a lot of people do that? I can't do that ever. Like I open my comics one page at a time and I read it. I can't flip through a comic because I feel like I'm gonna.
Well,
what's the point of reading it?
Here's the thing with that, Perry. Sometimes you want to flip through the comic to see how the art looks. The only time I flip through the comic is to see if the art is good enough where I can say, all right, now I want to sit through and read it straight through.
Because sometimes the first page, you can look at the first page and be like,
I know,
if
but
art's good or bad.
sometimes the artwork can change, depending on how it's being drawn and stuff. Like the first page is just not enough for me. I need to see how it looks throughout the whole thing. Then I can make my decision there. Because some books, I pick up the first page, it looks horrible, and then it just keeps looking horrible, and I'm like, yeah, that's shit trash. I'm not
You're lucky. I have to order online and roll a dice.
Yeah.
A bunch of people, man. I mean, right now I just grabbed this book, King Shazam. I'm just fanning through it right now. But it's what he said. What he said, Perry?
I said it's awesome. The book.
All right. I thought he said garbage or something.
I did a review on it. What are you talking about?
I know you did, man. Just messing around here, man.
Oh man, I went out. I met Jeff and Steve today, and they told me we're taking me, you, Boatwright, Rod, maybe if he comes outside his house to go see Stay Puff, and we're gonna go hang out and go comic book shop hunting in the next couple weeks. Because I made out like a bandit today, man. I got all these books.
Hey, did that tattoo come off pretty easy?
I fell asleep with it, but yeah, it came off pretty easy.
Nice.
Not too bad. I got a bunch of them. I got a bunch of tattoos here. I got one from every stream. Johnny Cates, here I come.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, man. That's pretty awesome. Yo, we have enough space for one more member on the panel that wants to jump on, man. So let us know. Maybe life with YouTubers would be nice to have on. Sharon, if you want to jump on, or Bueller, I have my shirt on. The shirt is on. You know what? I'm being classic, professional. You know what? I still have my drink,
but no pants.
Oh my goodness, man! Come on, man! Stop, man! Stop busting my balls right now.
Well, I'm having my pajamas on. It's 2:30 in the morning.
Oh damn!
Oh man!
Cray.
Get Sharon on. Rob Worth said get Sharon on. I don't know.
You coming, Sharon?
We can't get Sharon on. She needs to bring her son on. So it's like, All right. So guys, man, we can talk about more comics. We can talk more comics, but I got a Marvel comic. I'm pretty sure that Perry's not reading. But you know what? How about? Well, I haven't read it either, but Valkyrie. Of course not. But Dane Foster.
Number one of it.
I heard it was good. It's a good run.
It's really nice. The only thing I'm not buying it now is because the pull is there's too many books on it.
Yep.
But the great thing about Valkyrie is also that Mahmoud Asra making the cover is making the covers, and as a Conan fan, I love his art, and he's a really cool guy.
For sure. All right. So, with that being said, man, we can jump into a movie talk right now if you guys want to, because I know.
Vigilante. I'm sorry. You're a Red Sonja fan. Look what I picked up.
Big Red Sonja.
Spider-Man versus Red Sonja.
I have this also lying here.
How
I'm gonna
cool is
review
that?
it. I'm gonna
that's
review
good
it in
book.
December because it's basically a Christmas comic.
Oh wow! I just seen it today on the way out of the shop. I'm like, oh man, let me pick that up.
It's really cool. The art is fantastic,
Oh wow!
and also I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's a really cool way to bring Red Sonja into the future.
Heck yeah! I figured you might get a kick out of it if you didn't know about it.
Of course,
That's
I'm
awesome,
always getting a kick out of Sonja.
Oh yeah.
You
I still
know,
need to collect the rest of that the miniseries that they had with the Michael Turner covers. I think I only got like 3 issues of that.
Oh, damn.
It's so many now. I really wonder. I still have to read the second issue of Vampirella and Red Sonja. I wasn't I wasn't a fan of the first one because basically nothing happened.
Yeah, that
So,
first one was disappointing.
Yeah, I hope that's gonna redeem itself. And tomorrow also issue number 3 comes out.
Oh no.
Is that why you're wearing a tie today, Rod? Is that to ensure that the shirt stays on?
don't worry, man. This is
And what I miss? What did Rod take his clothes off last night or something?
I took my shirt off. I did.
Oh.
And he dimmed the lights.
I took my shirt off. Man. It was off the rails. It was off the rails.
But did you take your shirt off and then douse yourself with coconut juice?
How about you take your shirt off and just leaving the tie on?
Still here, man. Let's tone it down a little bit, man. We got kids.
Hey, they bringing it up in the chat.
It's all good, Rod.
It's over, man.
Yo,
Okay.
oh, good lord,
I mean,
man.
we talked about it for 4 hours last night.
Man,
Give us Rock the Chippendale.
Puerto Rican
man,
Chippendale.
this is going off the rails already, man. I want to say,
Well, I'm just getting all these comments in the chat about everybody wanting to see people take clothes off. So I'm
Well,
assuming
you know
something
what, man?
happened that I missed.
I already did it. My sexiness is great. And
It's not
yeah. Oh, good.
So
lord,
Rob
man.
went full Monty on Perry's channel last night. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh, good lord, man. Can we how about that Terminator? How about that Terminator movie?
Apparently, I'm one of the only people that likes it.
Hey, I have not seen it. I have not seen it. I sent the invite to Bueller if he wants to jump on. But you know what? Let's talk about this Terminator movie, man. I got the. What do you think about it, Mr. Thurston? What do you think about this movie, man? Everyone's so quiet now.
I really liked it.
Oh,
it has some
man, there it is. I can't even.
and especially if you're a big
They want
fan
shirts
of
off and
Terminator
baby
2,
oil.
you may well have your issues with it, but if you can accept that it starts a completely new timeline, you really get a nice action movie with a chase from the beginning to the end, and it also has some classic sci-fi elements, especially with Arnold's new interpretation of the T-800.
Nice. Yeah.
But I'm gonna make a video, talk a little bit about it this Sunday. And also I wanna talk about it, how can you save the Terminator franchise? Because despite me liking the new movie, it's gonna lose a lot of money. They say if they're lucky, they're losing only 100 million.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I heard that it didn't even do well on the first weekend.
Yeah, but how could you be so crazy to make a movie for $200 million? Which then you can double the budget for promotion, then the cinemas have to taking. So this movie has to make about $500 million to break even. No Terminator movie after Terminator 2 made over 500 million. Genesis had 440 million at the box office. So it was crazy to make a movie with this budget.
Especially considering how Terminator franchise has pretty much been going downhill since they did 3.
Yeah, totally. It's like they should have done a movie that costs like 50 or 70 millions on a smaller scale and slowly regain the trust of the fan base.
Yeah, because Genesis turned me the hell off for Terminator.
I gotta say,
like,
Yeah, that movie was.
And
I
that's
invested
a $5 million animated movie RoboCop versus the Terminator.
yes.
Adapt the Frank Miller comic. It's one of the best crossovers out there, and you can revive 2 franchises with 1 movie for $5 million in an animated movie.
All right, Rod. Why is Beulah donating money just to get you the strip, man?
Right?
This
What
man
was
is
he called?
stripping down stripper. Beulah is putting money out there and say, take the shirt off.
It ain't happening, dude. It ain't happening.
Real's making it rain.
I mean, you could make a threshold for super chats. At a certain point, you're gonna take your shirt off.
That's
Yeah,
that
there you
dies
go,
first.
Rod.
It ain't happening.
The hat's
The
the last to go.
hashtag take it off.
I know, man. People are paying you.
You know what? You know what? All right, man. All right, man. Yo,
Man.
I really do appreciate everyone in the chat hanging out. There's no shirts flying off. We got somebody called T-Bone in the house. What's going on, T-Bone?
He's making it rain.
What's going on? Oh man. Oh,
But yeah,
man.
but back to the Terminator thing. I feel like Terminator, they've done so much to harm that franchise with their whole timelines and all the bullshit with this and that, and the Terminators hasn't been the same. Like Arnold and Robert Patrick are the best Terminator villains in the entire franchise. I didn't care for the chick in Part 3. I don't even remember much from the other one that was with Christian Bale. Like, it started off good, but then it just kept getting weirder, and I just started losing interest in it. And Genesis was just a mind fuck through the whole movie. I'm like, what the hell am I watching? Am I watching a Terminator movie? They said it was like a reboot, but it's like, man, y'all just messed the whole damn franchise up. And I just like, with Dark Fate, to me, the only thing they did right with Dark Fate was bring Linda Hamilton back.
Yeah, she
that
was
was like,
in the movie.
yeah, and I felt like that was the only reason why people would go see it, because we ain't seen her in so long that it's almost refreshing seeing her again, even at her age. So I don't know. But when it comes to Terminator, I'm done with it. You know.
Yeah. What I don't get is, especially with these franchises, Aliens, Predator, Terminator, why they're making these movies, the new ones, so complicated. You have since the 80s, you have a back catalog of awesome comic book stories which are waiting to be adapted. They're for free for the taking. You don't have to write the script. They're there.
Yeah.
Just adapt them. The last movie that did so was Predator 2, because it's loosely based on the first Predator comics with
I remember that.
with Dutch's brother, which was those were really good.
Like that scene where the Predator ripped Bill Paxton's spine out is straight from the comics.
Exactly, yeah. But why to make movies like it's the Predator and also Terminator Genesis, also Alien Covenant wasn't good. Just adapt something from the comics. You know, comic book movies make you a shitload of money. So you're having those scripts there. Also, Dan Abnett wrote another version of Terminator 3 back in this. I think it was called Cybernetic Dawn.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Oh yeah.
Which was also an interesting story.
Yeah, they ruined those. Like Predator, I could only watch the first 2 movies.
I also like Predators, and I'm also one of the only people that like the first movie.
Predators was good, but I did not like it when they off the 2 most known characters in that movie with Lawrence Fishburne and what's his name, Machete. How are you gonna have Machete in the movie and not even use him to a full effect? I was like,
Let me tell you,
man.
Predator, the first one was epic. That was the best movie on the Predator franchise. You can never touch that movie, man.
No.
It's a masterpiece.
That big rock coming down and all the swishing. Here goes my. Oh man, this is gonna sound bad. Come on, come here, and then
Come on,
run.
do it now.
No. And then
Get
he
to the
just walks
top.
around. He just
It's
walks around.
there's so many quotable moments in that movie. You know, I ain't got time to bleed, and get to the chopper, and you're like, what's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils. I love that, man. That handshake, man. It's legendary handshake.
It's the most epic handshake in movie history.
Exactly. Every time they do it, and you just get goosebumps. It's like, I feel like going out there and, what's going on, bro?
Have you seen Predator?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original.
The original Predator, yeah.
Oh, okay, whatever.
There's more than the original.
Right?
I thought that. Yeah, that's epic. The first one's the best, man. Like I saw that movie as a little kid. It's great, man.
Now, you were
I
talking about the Terminator.
Yeah,
You ever see the Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles? That was my stuff, man. I got invested, and they never came out with a third season. Ever since then, I never, ever cared for Terminator. I wasted all my time getting invested in that show.
Yeah, it is.
Show.
Rod up there laughing hard, man.
I was looking at the chat, man. You know what, guys?
Bueller, make it rain, Bueller.
Yeah, you're getting paid, Rod. Dang.
Oh man.
Terminator was cool. The first two Terminators obviously are pretty darn awesome. I saw that. I think is the third one the one with Christian Bale in it?
No, that's the fourth one.
Fourth one. Okay, I think I've seen that one. But whichever other one I saw wasn't very memorable because I don't remember it very much. But the first two are like must see, like all time greats. I think.
Yeah, especially in Austria, we had them on TV all the time because of Arnold.
I remember at the end of Terminator 2 when I watched it, I cried, man.
It was crazy, right?
Yeah, because you got attached to the Terminator,
Well, they totally flip it on you because you're coming off the first one where he's the bad guy, and then all of a sudden, we get to like him now. Like everybody wants to like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Making him as a villain was crazy, and then he comes back as the good guy. That was freaking awesome. You could fall in love with him then,
I remember watching the first time as a kid Commando, and that's
Commando.
Commando's crazy, man. Like he's just bucking fools down the whole time. That's all that movie is Arnold bucking fools down. Like
Who was it? Alicia Milano, or whatever her name was. She in that movie?
Yeah, that's his daughter. I think she played his daughter.
Man.
And I have this iron rule in my life. Whenever I don't know what movie to watch, I put on Commando.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
I will say that the one absurd thing about Commando is how those guys just get shot down. They just pop up out of nowhere and just get, and his body's falling. That's why Hot Shots with Charlie Sheen made
I forgot about Hot Shots.
Hot Shots made
that.
Because it was like with Commando.
Hot Shots 2 it's such a classic.
Yeah, he was like a mixer of Arnold and Rambo. And he's just mowing down fools. The bullets covering him up. Points are being scored. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. It's classic, man.
Oh my god.
Really, you can get a refund. You're like, hey, I made it rain to see some nipples. And I never got to see anything. Get your money back.
Wow. I'm not sure. Does YouTube refund money? I doubt it.
I think he gets a refund if Rod doesn't deliver.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta show them goods.
No, I'm not saying
You get paid for it.
Biggie Shaq said Pumping Iron is a great flick. I think that's what Bueller want to see you do, Rod. He wants you to take that shirt off and pump the iron.
Yo, man.
Because you come in the gym, you come at home, you come all the time.
Oh, man. Good Lord. Man. All right, man. So
man.
how
The
about
best feeling you can get into gym is the pump.
I'm gonna pump you up.
Yeah. That movie.
Remember them guys in
Working out.
Saturday Night Live? I'm gonna pump you up.
You not Perry. Look at Perry. He's like,
Barry don't even know what we talk about. He lost in
Nah.
translation.
Well,
I've been lost.
He lost in translation.
oh my god, man, this is off the rails, man. Yo, this is Coast to Coast Comics.
And
Yo.
we not even talk about comics, man.
It is. It's supposed to be. But you know what? We could talk about shirts. We could talk about a nipple or two.
what?
But you
It's
know what?
old comics now, eh?
Hey, I was watching The Man with the Golden Gun the other day. James Bond, Scaramanga, the man with 3 nipples, man.
Oh, my.
Wow. But you know what?
The best 3 nipples are in Total Recall.
Yeah.
Oh,
with Arnold
God.
Schwarzenegger. Yes.
We can talk about movies right now. But you know what? Yo,
What?
I'm your boy Roderican. We have my homie Jeffrey that's been there since day one. Perry Comics. What's up? My homie right now in the house. Sean State Pope, 1983. My brother from across the world, man.
World.
Varangian Vigilante. I can never pronounce it the right way. You're supposed
It
to
sounds so erotic.
Perfect for the stream.
Yes.
So it's pretty. Thank you for your time. So what time is it over there, man? Where you at?
Well, it's now almost 3 a.m.
3 in the morning. He's hanging out, man. You guys want to check out his channel? Yo, feel free to do that right now. Not only that, Jeffrey, Sean, Perry, yo guys, man, check them out, man. Check them out. We're just here hanging out. I want to see what the chat is saying. Hey, Jeffrey, can you please acknowledge the chat? I don't even want to look at it.
T-Bone.
I like
We got
T-Bone.
T-Bone in the chat. T-Bone
T-Bone,
says
you're my
Ron
homie.
is dressed like a nudist on strike. We got Fuchsia only. What's going on? Fuchsia, that old comic book smell. I think it just turned into a regular hot mess. Yes, we are always a hot mess over here. Crazy Guy comic song, too crazy. What's going on? Good to see you guys tonight.
Gray man in the house.
Gray Man, what's up, Gray Man? Good to see you, buddy.
Are we done yet? Are we
I think
done?
so.
We just getting started, man.
There's no
We're
end
just
to this.
Oh, you mean the ASM 129? What's going on? You mean the stream? I thought you meant shout outs. Well,
Shout out to tomorrow, man.
okay.
Keep going here. There's
What are you
there's
talking
another movie, Constantine, and a comic book. I've been
4-color
thinking-
commentary. Shouting out people, man.
Yeah, nice.
And I think we should do a sequel to Constantine. There are constantly talks to do it. I think Keanu Reeves is ready.
No, he's John Wick now. He beyond Constantine. He's John Wick. I can't
he's
see
not
him.
John Constantine. He's not even John Constantine in the first movie, which is so weird because the movie itself is the perfect Constantine movie, like the portrayal of hell on earth and all the occult stuff, but he's not John Constantine.
No,
he's
not.
like watching Constantine in the perfect Constantine movie.
Well, I've never
Yeah.
seen it, so that's why I'm asking the people.
They just did
I was-
that one shot, the Hellblazer with Constantine.
Yeah.
He's gonna have his miniseries start at the end of November.
I mean, he's in Justice League Dark, too, so he's been back. For,
That's a
doing
good one, and
some things.
also the City of Demons is a great animated movie.
Yeah, I like
But also
that.
in the Constantine movie, there's also Tilda Swinton as Gabriel.
Gabagoo.
He's doing
What?
Bill and Ted. That's right.
Yeah,
Keanu Reeves is
that's
doing
right.
Bill and Ted.
Hey, you know what, though? When you're Keanu Reeves at this point in your career, why not do Bill and Ted, right?
Yeah.
Like, because you don't have anything to worry about now. Like,
Keanu Reeves can do anything, and the internet loves him.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Constantine is good. I liked the guy who portrayed him in the TV show. Matt Ryan.
He also
I
watches the animated movies.
Yeah, he did the anime movies. I wanted to watch Legends of Tomorrow again when he was in there, but after that ending, I think the season 3, I was done with Legends of Tomorrow. I couldn't go back to that, even with him in it.
All right, nice.
Is the crossover already out? I haven't watched any of the CW shows after I think the 3rd season of Arrow, because then it went downhill, and I think I've watched the first 2 seasons of Legends.
Well, I saw Arrow like from the get go. That was the first thing I got hooked on. But next thing you know, I don't know, man. It was just like I was watching.
I kind of fell off of Arrow like season 4 when it became the Odyssey.
Yeah, it was horrible. That's why I
season 3, season 4.
It started with season 3, and then I was like, I'm out.
I was watching Flash and all that stuff, and the whole league thing, and I was just like, you know what? I stopped, and they had the whole Supergirl thing, and that one, I was like, whoa, wait a minute.
The one thing I don't like about Supergirl is how they solely underutilizing Martian Manhunter. I don't like how they're using him at all. They just using him to prop up Supergirl as opposed to seeing Martian Manhunter as he is, the badass character that he can be. He getting his ass whooped most of the time just so Supergirl can come and kick ass. I'm like,
yeah, and he just hanging out from the episodes that I've seen. He just hanging out nowhere, and then he just pops up. Martian Manhunter.
That's the cruel fate of Martian Manhunter that always happens to him. Then let's start a new miniseries with him and totally change his origin, because who cares what happened in the past?
Yeah, that messed me up. I like Martian Manhunter. Like, I wasn't a big DC reader when I was younger. I occasionally read Superman and Batman. So when the Justice League cartoon came out and Martian Manhunter was a prominent character, I took to him. I liked his character.
This cartoon series is one of the best portrayals of all the characters.
Yes. And it made me read more DC comics because of that show. I like the Batman and Superman, but everybody knows Batman and Superman. It's the other characters that we really don't know about. The Martian Manhunters, the Booster Golds, and all that stuff. So the cartoon series explored all that by bringing in these characters, showcasing them. Jon Stewart being Green Lantern was a great move, because now people grew up with him as their Green Lantern. So that whole DC animated universe, from Batman animated series to the Justice League, was just awesome.
Oh yeah.
And something is wrong with the comics if a Lego game has a better portrayal of the character than the actual game.
Yeah.
Because Martian Manhunter in Beyond Gotham, in the Batman Lego 3, he was such a great character in there too.
All right. Nice, man. We got, let's see who's in the house right now. I think the same people in the house. We're still around, 30 mark here. But you know what?
What?
Jeffrey.
Yo.
If I missed anyone, man.
I think we're good, actually.
Well, I know you saw what HAQ79 said.
Come on.
Yeah,
man.
dude, Rod, do it. I'll do it with you. I'm in.
You got coconuts for July.
Yeah, my birthday's in January. I'll be on January.
There it is. That coconut.
Oh man! All right,
Guys.
so we're still here. Make sure.
Whenever I see a coconut, I just think Monty Python.
All right, guys. So let's see, man. What's going on in the chat? You guys, you want us to talk about something like Voltron or freaking Power Rangers?
I seen that Voltron toy. Someone sent it to me in a message. The one you were talking about, it got recalled in like 1985 because it had lead in it. So there's no more left, Rod.
Damn it,
Rod, you opening up a can of worms when you bringing up cartoons, because we can just talk about old school cartoons all night.
Well, that means Perry has to go on timeout because
he don't know the 80s. Forget about it.
Forget about it, man. I'm a 90s baby. I grew up with Nickelodeon, man. Cartoon Network.
Hey, and I'll say Nickelodeon back in the 90s was great.
They killed
No,
it. Cat Dog, let's go.
Hey,
I love the dog.
Thurston, you like Transformers or Voltron, or
Transformers is better than Voltron. Let's be real.
What is
Power Rangers?
Power Rangers on top. Let's go.
I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with Autobots, man. They turn into vehicles. We love vehicles. I mean, that makes Transformers awesome.
Any fans of the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon?
I watched it. Yeah, I liked it. The old
That was awesome.
I don't remember.
Voltron sucks.
There was a very interesting Legends of Zelda series with the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, I think.
It was like a real show. Yeah.
I was watching the episode of Super Mario Brothers, and I was like,
Yeah.
Captain Lou Albano and the Mario. I saw somebody the intro with Lou Albano and stuff. He like, why you show me that, man? Why you trying to remind me of that? I'm like, man, this is classic. What are you talking about? I mean, come on, man. Classic.
Yeah, the original, man. The
Captain
original.
Lou Albano.
And leading the Zelda series, he was such a cynic. He said, "Excuse me, princess."
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yes.
And then the Super Mario and Captain N cartoon. Captain
The
N.
Captain cartoon was dope.
Man.
Totally. It's like I never played Castlevania the same after that one.
That's
Oh,
a
man.
hard game to play, man.
And man, like I said, we can just when it comes to Saturday mornings back in the day, God, that was like a special day. You could not wait for the weekends, man. Kids today just don't know how important Saturday mornings was back in the day to us, man.
Those things raised me. Also, Captain Planet. It's also awesome.
Man, look, here's the thing with Captain Planet. He had an awesome theme song. You can't deny that theme song was fun as hell. But when you watch it, I'm like, man, I'm watching the 20-something minutes of a PSA. Nah, man. Nah, I'm not, like, oh, you got to pick up the trash and put it in the garbage, don't pollute the world. And I'm like, I see commercials of that all the damn time. I don't need to see a 20-minute cartoon episode on that. Captain Planet was cool, but
in the series.
Captain Planet was cool, but man, I had a love-hate relationship with Captain Planet.
Yeah, we needed those cartoons, as you know. Like I'm Austrian, I'm from Austria, so I'm German. And if we don't get these wonderful tips in cartoons, we start wars. So we need those.
I'm gonna start a war by throwing trash on the ground. World War III, people. He threw trash on the ground.
Man. Yo, I remember watching that Transformer movie when it dropped. Yo, I cried, man. When Optimus is out there, he opens up his chest and hot rod it.
The Matrix.
Yo, you got you got the power. I was like, whoa, man.
I have the comic book adaptation here of the movie. There was a really great comic book adaptation of the Transformers movie. I think 4-issue miniseries, and also reading these issues, it's like,
yeah, it hit you in the heart, man.
Yeah,
it hit you in the heart. How about He-Man?
He-Man is live.
I just recently went back and watched some He-Man.
Yeah,
I was even thinking about
my T-shirt.
There's a comic book coming out too. Masters of the Universe is coming out too. So
you pre-order it,
and I even like the Dolph Lundgren.
I did. I read
it. The Dolph Lundgren movie gets crapped on, but it was fun.
I think as a child, because that's not like the cartoons. But now as an adult, it's like, oh my god, that's epic.
Yeah, I liked it as the older I got, but when I was younger, like you, I was like, man, this what kind of
Thundercats, that's right. C3 Comics. Thundercats was my cartoon.
Nice.
There it is. Perry bringing out some comics.
I'll tell you what, last year there was
it had the theme song.
It's nice.
But I can't remember what it was about.
Thunder, Thundercats.
Snarf, snarf.
Thundercats.
Last
I
year there
know
was a
one-
He-Man and Injustice of He-Man Masters of the Universe versus Injustice or something like that. That was a really good series. I like that.
Yeah. And plus, I remember the He-Man Thundercats crossover, too. They did
Yeah,
a
that was
couple years
also nice.
back.
But I'm not a fan of, I think, Williams, or what is the artist? I'm not a fan of his art.
Oh, yeah. He's the same one who does the art on the Batman Turtles books.
Yeah, I'm also not a fan of these.
Yeah. His artwork is okay for me. It don't make my eyes bleed. You know, when I look at bad art and I'm like, nah, man, my eyes, man. No. Nah. His artwork is exaggerated, but it's fine. Like, it's not something that I just want to throw the book in the trash.
Yeah, I don't.
Funny for me is that
Oh
because
man.
I want to love this. I want to love this so bad, but I can't.
All right.
Yeah.
We got some powerhouse review said, He-Man, no! How can you do that? But then we get this from Fuchsia. Love the good show. Or the good stuff.
And you know what?
Definitely into Alita in cinema, but for me it was a little bit too over convoluted. And what I really don't like is don't give me a cliffhanger at the end when you don't know if you can make a second movie. Give me a bloody ending.
Yeah, they do that a lot. They tend to always leave every movie open now for like a possible, second.
Because the movie stopped when it was really beginning to get interesting. And then I felt really robbed in the cinema.
Yeah, I know how that is. I felt like that a few times before. Then you gotta wait. You gotta wait for a year and a half, 2 years for them to release the sequel if they do. It's like, get me all hyped up.
Well, that's how I felt with the Matrix sequels.
That's how I felt with Avengers Endgame. Like I was just like waiting for it. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Matrix.
Hey, Perry, have you seen the whole Matrix run?
Yeah.
But the
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah. I like the Matrix.
Matrix is okay. When Matrix came out, Perry, I don't know. Like, you remember how the Matrix was crazy? People were like, "Oh, it was
98, 99.
Yeah, man, it was a big deal when that movie first came out.
I remember buying those
the Matrix.
VHS tapes on the Canal Street in New York, and yeah, man. So it showed like, yeah, man. I bought those tapes right there on Canal Street. So
I got my tapes on DeKalb Avenue, downtown Brooklyn.
Oh, there it is, man. There it is.
It's like $10 a tape. I used to get wrestling tapes too. Every time a pay-per-view come by, he playing it right there. I was like, oh man, I need that, man. Especially in the Attitude Era. Stone Cold whipping ass and stuff like that. Man, I got to run to that spot and get my tape, man.
That's how I watched a bunch of them. I had a friend who had like what we call the illegal black box, so he'd get them for free, and he'd always record them, and then like the next day he'd bring it to school and he'd let me borrow it, and that's how I watched most pay-per-views as a kid, Like,
so, hey, Thurston. So over there, where you at, across the pond, do you have peoples out there back in the day selling stuff on the street, like over here in the
bootlegs,
States?
man. It's bootlegs. That's what
It's
it is.
bootleg.
Not here. No, sadly not. Like for our wrestling, we had to wait a few months or week, but the pay-per-views were usually shown on free TV, but way later. But this was before the internet. So I always remember they showed wrestling like at 1 in the morning because it was not for children. Because it's very funny. While you in the US, you can't take nudity, but brutality is okay. Here in Europe, it's like, you can show full nudity for children TV, it's no problem because it's something natural. But as soon as you show people fighting, it's like, it's after 10 p.m. So we always secretly stayed up and then got to TV and with low volume, we watched wrestling. So I grew up, I think my first WrestleMania was WrestleMania 10, and it's still my favorite WrestleMania. The ladder match, Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels,
That was the WrestleMania I attended. I
Oh,
was there
crap.
at that
You was
WrestleMania.
there?
That's awesome.
Yeah, because my dad had tickets to that show through guys at his job. So I was able, and I was a big Bret Hart fan. So to see him wrestle twice was amazing. There he is. Hey, Beulah came on the show just to see you, Rod.
I'm here for the nudity. So I want my money's worth, damn it. Take off the goddamn shirt.
You look like you're ready for it.
Right. He's got the mood set for sure.
He's smoking too, man. What
Come on, man.
If you want nudity,
There it is.
There it is.
There it
Oh
is.
boy.
We gotta,
Oh boy.
we gotta show it up. We gotta
Do it. Woo!
That only gets me about halfway there. Rod's up to the rest of the half.
Holy crap, man! That's some nice stuff you got there. Yeah.
Hey, Beulah, it's great to be on the same screen with you, man.
And what's going on, man? How you doing?
It's not that great.
This guy, this guy,
it's mediocre at best.
look at this, man.
He looks like a
Beulah-
pimp.
Hey, Beulah is serious, man. He is dead serious on you, Rod.
If I drop
Man.
$10 on a dude, I'm getting my money's worth.
This is all you're gonna get right now.
Hey, he's coming to Florida to collect.
Start with the hat. Go slow. We're in no hurry. Loosen up the tie a little bit. A little 1 inch at a time. Go one button at a time. And before we know it, we're in heaven.
I'll give you this flash statue.
What's
think
up
Beulah's
with
kidding.
flashing?
I don't think Billy's playing, man.
Toys will come into play later, Rod. No, buddy. Let's just take it slow. Take it slow and do it right.
You gotta listen to him.
I got more money coming your way, buddy. More money coming your way. So I gotta get something out of it right now.
I mean,
This is I don't even know what to say, man.
You don't
need to say anything.
Don't say a word. I don't want you to say anything. Well, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for action, not words. Come on.
Rod, what is your stripper name?
Rod.
Coconut.
Destiny.
Coconut juice.
I got all dressed up so you could get undressed. That's what I'm about.
Yeah. Yo, man, what is going on,
I
everyone?
got my Cuban cigar right here, man. My Cuban cigar ready to go.
Oh,
You got the
damn.
nice
A little bit of,
Cuban going. Yo, anyone in the house has a question for Mr. Bueller. He wants to talk about some comic books,
He don't
man.
want to talk about nothing.
He
He's
wants
serious.
to talk about comic books.
He's
We
serious.
got our brother Thurston from across the pond. You got any questions? Jeffrey
Hey.
is out just sipping or just doing
Beulah came into this show like it's Thirsty Thursday or something, man.
But you know what? He's creepy as hell. He's scaring me right now, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to put him on timeout because he is scaring the heck out of me.
Oh,
But
there's
you
no
know
time
what?
out. Time's up.
He's gonna put you in timeout.
He's not even in Orlando yet, man.
Oh, yet
Oh man, I
Is
don't
he
want
staying at your place, Rod?
he's coming.
Oh,
Hey, hey, Thurston, you gotta come to Orlando next year, man. Come and hang out with us. Are you ready to do that? Maybe not, but you know. Oh, good.
Still
We
waiting.
can talk Disneyland or Disney World, whatever it's called there.
Yeah, come out. We're gonna do MegaCon next year, so come out, hang out with us right now. Not only with us, but with these beautiful people in the chat, man.
But first, I have to go to Columbus, Ohio, to the Annual Classics. That's like the
That's
first destination for the US.
oh.
And Beulah's still donating? Are you kidding me?
He's waiting.
Don't worry.
He's got a pinky ring
That
on
money,
too.
that money don't go nowhere, man.
Beulah, show us both hands. Both hands.
Oh, where's the other hand? I didn't even notice that.
What the heck? Oh man.
That hand is shaking too. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh man. Yeah, man. Indeed.
Saturday night.
Indeed. I didn't even know where do we
What?
this
Finish?
off the rails, man.
It doesn't matter where it begins. It just matters where it ends, Rod.
No, it ends where the chat want to talk about. You guys want to?
Problem started when you came on the
They
show.
want to talk about you taking your clothes off, I think.
Well, you know what? It's not. I'm gonna end
It's
this.
not a. You said what the chat wants to talk about, right?
That's what I see in the chat.
We not seeing the goodies, man. There's no goodies,
The goodies.
on tonight. No goodies on tonight. But you know what? We could talk about certain comic books that may be popping up next week. Even though people do not want to see that. But you know what? The super chat is open.
Yeah, it is.
Yo, man. But you know what, man? Yo, let's end the show because this is awful.
Right there.
We're gonna end this show, man. I was trying to get I was trying to get Immortal Biggie Shack in the house, but
He got denied. Bueller said, "Nah, I'm jumping in."
Now there's a gangster in the panel.
man. Let's see, man.
Let me
Yo,
see them
guys,
feet.
if there's a comic book you want us to read, let us know right now. Besides myself, there's any questions for my special guest right now, Thurston Varangian Vigilante. He's in the house, man. He is a cool homie. Any questions for him? Money Shot, of course. Money Shot will pop up in the chat. But you know what? So, Van, any questions for my brother right now?
Come on, do it now.
Any questions right now for our special guest?
Bounce.
If not, then you know we'll end the show. We could jump to someone else's channel.
Otherwise, also this week, also Tarot Witch of the Black Rose, the photo cover editions will come out of number 118, and there's a very hot picture of Holly Golightly on it. My regards to Jim.
All right, so Katie's asking anything new in the previews you're looking forward to. Is that's a question for all of us, I assume. Thank you, Katie, for the question. So how about you, Mr. Thurston? That's a question.
The previews, it's more like what is not going on. I'm waiting for confirmation what's gonna happen after issue 12 of Conan and after issue 12 of Savage Sword of Conan. And Marvel is still very silent about it. So as we know, with issue number 12, the run of Aaron and Asa will end, and we don't know what's happening afterwards.
All right, nice. Before we get to Jeffrey, we got
What?
Rayman. There is a question. Are you from
No, the
Austria?
Varangians are basically like in history, it would be the Nordic, the Vikings that live on the Volga, like what is now Eastern Europe, but later on it was used as a term for all the Germanic people who were the bodyguards of the Eastern Roman emperor, and it's the Varangian Guard. So Varangia is not a region of Austria. I am from Styria in Austria. This is also where Arnold hails from. So I'm living about 40 minutes from Arnold's birthhouse.
Sweet, man. That's pretty dope, man. I wish one day I'm gonna fly out there across the pond, even though I hate things. But
I
you
can't
know
get
what?
you 20 minutes to go shopping at a comic shop.
Well, you know what?
He gonna fly across the world. Nah.
Ah, there it is. I get crap on all the time.
Hey, you better fly over to Bueller's place and give him a private show.
I'm about
You
to
gotta come in December. We have the Krampus. The Krampus festivities here in Austria.
Money.
It's where the naughty children get punished.
Oh,
Man, this
God.
show's off the chain, bro. I'm glad I showed up, man.
Right?
Yeah, 5th of December, don't go out if you were naughty. Because the Krampus is going to get you.
All right. Hey, I just want to say, man, I've been
What up,
watching.
Edwin?
Jabroni's in the house, man. So I want to say, man, I've been watching. I will throw a show out there. I started watching it, man.
Yeah, a little shoulder rub. That's right.
What the hell? Man, the Wu-Tang show. I started watching that. Man.
Dang.
That Wu-Tang show, it is.
Can you name all the members of Wu-Tang?
Name him, Perry.
I ain't
Name
know
him,
all the
Perry.
members of Wu-Tang. Crazy.
Name him, Perry.
I don't know what the members of Wu-Tang. I couldn't do it. I got a handful. What you got? You know them all?
Method Man.
Who the hell you talking to, man?
Come on, man.
Jack, Method Man, ODB. Hold on. I'll get there. Raekwon, of course, Raekwon. No, that's 4.
That's 4.
God.
I always have to think of the Dave Chappelle sketch. The China, we choose the RZA.
Method Man, the RZA. Yeah, there it is, man. The whole clan's coming together right now. There it is, man. Oh man, that's dope.
So you want me to name him out for you, man?
You forgot Ghostface Killer, Inspector Deck, You God,
RZA, Jizza.
the Old Dirty Bastard, Raekwon the Chef, You God, Ghostface Killer.
Is Shirtless Bear Fighter one of them?
That's the last one.
Shirtless Bear Fighter is my favorite. If I just look up, I'm looking at one of the best right now. Look at that. Whoa.
Good. All right.
He's looking right at you, Drop.
Oh man, I'm about to put him on timeout. He's creepy as hell.
Can't
man.
put Steve Money on timeout.
Watch this. Watch this. I just blew smoke off Rob's ass.
He said Rob, not Rod. So, Rob. Hey, Thurston. Welcome to the USA, man. This is crazy, man. This is bananas. This is coconuts.
It's as crazy as our parents always wonder.
We got a coconut, man. I'll never crack it open. But you know what?
For that calendar, you should just wear the coconut over your junk. Just like split it in half and put one half over your junk and just pose. I'll
Why
use
are
the
you
other half.
talking about my junk?
A
man?
small
I'm just
coconut,
saying. Just giving you ideas.
What the heck is this? You know what, man?
But when I grew up, it's the first thing we thought of the US, as we've seen on TV, you're going to get robbed.
Yeah.
This is something else, man.
This is
It's like, once you visit New York, you're gonna get robbed.
From what I saw last
I've been
night,
robbed in Mexico.
that coconut's not going to cover all his junk.
for sure. It won't. It would never hold that. But anyway, man. Anyway,
It's available on Perry Comics.
Go check out the live stream last night.
Good
At
God.
a 2 hour and 14-minute mark.
It is.
Is that what it is?
It's pretty on point. Yeah, I think it's like an hour and 11.
See, Perry, what you did with these late night shows, man. Anything goes.
Hey man, Rod's the one who got naked. He got out of the stream, dimmed the lights, and came back on. It's like, I gotta go. It's nothing sexual, but I gotta go.
It was
Hey, man. Yo. Hey, things happens. man.
Hey, real
Happens.
talk though. First appearance of T Money.
Real talk.
You should never invite me on a late night show, because when I'm getting rated R, we're gonna talk about Belladonna comics.
Woo-hoo.
Jeffrey doesn't know this, but when he stayed at my house, I dressed up like this and walked around when he was sleeping.
You told me that the other day on a live stream when we were hanging out with Comic Tom.
Oh yeah,
Standing over
that's
his
a whole
bed.
other story. I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're going on. an hour and 15 minutes. You
Hey,
know,
that's a good thing, Rod. You always like to end it at an hour, but Bueller came on and just extended it for you.
well,
Well,
it,
Rod
it, does,
extended
it,
for
does
us
not,
last night.
it does not need to be extended. I will tell you that.
Well, I have a few hours until the sun rises. So.
Hey, last weekend I did a 3-hour stream. I had to cut it short because my internet was crapping out. I would have kept going.
Well, we keep on going now. Let's keep it going here. We could talk about some more Voltron and freaking that crap ass, that crappy freaking. I swear, Power Rangers, man.
I'll say this about Power Rangers. I liked it when it first started, but then as the more it
Power
changed,
Rangers
I start
That's all
not
Power
watching
Rangers.
no more.
I watched the first series, first season for sure. I remember like with the Black Power Ranger. Black Power Ranger was my
Icon.
favorite, and I don't remember much after that. Like because they changed it up a lot over the years, man. I remember like when like the Green Ranger was a bad guy. I remember that. I never read any of the comic books.
But there wouldn't be any Power Rangers without Japanese Spider-Man and Leopardo.
Yeah,
That started it all.
yeah.
You gotta watch the Japanese Spider-Man show back in the days. It was here in Austria. It was on television. It was something.
You know what I liked about the Power Rangers?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Knew it.
You knew it when it was off. That's what I liked.
Right when it was.
I mean, they're
How you doing, Rod? Rod, you doing good?
All
right.
He's doing real good.
I think
Hey,
it's for $1 coming your way, buddy.
Hey, Rod, this is how Bueller wants you to present yourself.
Ah,
Flex those babies.
My wife will love that.
She might.
Flash for Chrome.
Flesh.
There it is, man.
Be like, guys, this is you and your wife right there, Rod. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right,
Yeah.
it's
If
like
you
9
do not
o'clock.
listen,
I'm gonna go eat dinner.
What'd you make,
okay.
Perry? You
I'm
put
I'm going to
pictures on
Buffalo
Instagram?
Wild Wings. I'm gonna pick up some
Oh.
food.
Man, nice.
Oh, Perry's out. Perry's out. He's tapping out. Really?
well,
I was
Took the
only
jacket off.
obligated to come on for
He's
an
serious. The
hour.
jacket came off.
is this a last
Yeah,
standing stream?
Huh?
Perry, you leaving us, man? You can't do that, man.
I'm leaving.
You got Beauty looking at you with those dirty
Bueller's not
eyes.
here. Bueller's not here. All I see is T-Money.
Team
Money,
Money.
money bags.
I'm looking at you, Perry. Where do you think you're going?
Wherever you want me to go.
You can
All right.
put that jacket back on.
It's getting hot, man.
Oh. All right, so guys, you know what? I already kept you on here long enough. We will not keep you on here more than usual. But you know what? I'm your boy Rod. You know what? I can get crazy at times, but you know what? Man,
What?
It is what it is, man. Gotta have a good time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta get
Oh,
naked.
hear them.
You can get naked if you want to,
No, I don't think I can.
Get naked.
but if you
Right.
Don't.
if you
Last night I was about to end the stream in an instant. I'm like, Rod's gonna get me banned right now.
Yeah, I know. I think you might be able to go to jail.
I'm
for
about to
that.
lose my YouTube channel over this dumb shit.
well, be comfortable in yourself, as always.
Calendar. That's
If you're
good.
not comfortable, then don't do it. You know what? You know, I'm 43. I'm
I'm
comfortable.
not comfortable going to jail.
Roddy can't get naked on stream. What are you talking about? Get comfortable. That's the wrong website.
Oh, it is the right website. Anyway,
No.
yeah, our your boy Rod. We got Jeffrey Cunningham Hansen. We have T Money. Bueller in the house. We have my homie Sean State Puff 1983. My
Yeah,
brother
thanks for
from
coming on,
across
State
the
Puff.
pond. What is going on? Thank you for hanging out. Varangian Vigilante in the house, man. And Perry Comics in the house. He's hungry. He wants to eat. Yo,
Yeah.
guys, thank you for hanging out. This is Coast to Coast Comics. With that being said, don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Well, that leaves it open.
Keep your
doesn't
clothes on, people. Pretty much.
Take it off.
And hands on top of the blanket. It's a no-nut November.
it?
He's not Rod the Rican. He's Rod my Rican.